Mustard and cake! All the haters will say it's fake!
Hi everyone. Today I have a video that is slightly unconventional. Don't worry, I have a normal video that will be coming out on Friday. It's already uploaded and I think you'll like it. Today though, I'm going to do something I haven't done before. I'm going to address my haters. Yes, amazingly enough, even my little channel has people who hate watch me. I should say that I'm well aware of the fact that criticizing my channel or any particular video isn't the same thing as hate. There are plenty of open-minded people who disagree with me who watch my videos. There are plenty of critical comments that I take seriously. That said, there is a massive heap of stupid, disingenuous, poorly thought out garbage that I routinely read. These are the criticisms I will be addressing. If you want specific examples of this, follow me on Instagram. I love posting my hate comments there, so you get to look at them. By the way, I'm warning you now, this video gets a little self-congratulatory at the end. Voicing the annoying critic will be my friend Kirk Wilcox of This Video Didn't Age Well fame. Kirk runs his own YouTube channel doing mostly political commentary. You should check out his channel as well. He's very funny on top of being very smart. He recently made a great parody video of Second Thoughts that I think you'll like. Kirk is like me. He's a smaller creator. Whenever I talk about someone who's better known, a lot of their fans will come and say,
"This is clout chasing, right?"
So there is some truth in this. By putting someone's name in the title of the video, I'm more likely to get more clicks. Of course, if you go after someone who's larger than you, you're clout chasing. If I criticize someone who's smaller than me, then I'm a bully. There is no winning this. But attention-grabbing titles with high-profile names in it is just part of the YouTube game, which is why all of the big boys, including people who I criticize on this channel, do it themselves. My favorite was when I went after Tim Pool, and a bunch of his fans accused me of clickbait. Because we all know Tim would never do clickbait himself. I'm sure he talks about Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez as much as he does because she's just that important. When I make videos with people in the title, I'm still usually talking about something more general. For example, in my video, Kyle Kulinski Doesn't Get Russia, I'm debunking an argument that a ton of lefties have made. I could have put Glenn Greenwald or Noam Chomsky in the title and addressed their version of it, but I decided to go with Kyle because I watch him and yes, he's very popular on YouTube, but the video is really about the argument more than anything. If someone accuses me of clout chasing, I just assume that they have no good rebuttal to my arguments. Whenever I go after Kyle, his fans love to swarm the comment section. Weirdly, it seems like they do this more to me than other people who go after Kyle. I'm not sure why that is. But every time I do criticize him, I get a bunch of comments saying,
"Why don't you debate Kyle? Nothing to be afraid of."
Look, Kulinski fanboys, if you want to see the great policy wonk destroy my feeble-brained libertarianism, I'm not the one you need to convince. I would debate Kyle if given the chance. He wouldn't debate me. He said multiple times that he's not really into debates and that he doesn't find them useful. I'm not sure how I know this, but you guys don't. Oh yeah, and it doesn't help that he doesn't know who I am. Challenging people to debates that you know aren't going to accept really is clout chasing. I'm sure Kyle gets a million challenges a day. Why the hell would he choose to debate me out of all of his challengers? I'm way less popular than he is, and I still get tons of debate me bro propositions from totally random people in my DMs and in the comments section. My favorite was this one comment from a guy who said that I was wrong about money in politics, and that he'd debate me but I'd probably be too scared. This was just some rando in the comments section. That guy challenging me to a debate is the equivalent of me challenging Kyle to a debate. But like I said, I would do it. So if you guys want to see it happen, get to work on him, not me. One of the reasons I talk about Kyle as much as I do is because he bugs me so much. He has this unearned confidence in himself as a policy wonk. He's incredibly smug when dealing with people who don't see things the way he does. Weirdly enough, people have told me that I sound like Kyle. I don't hear it myself, but whatever. People have also told me that I have another quality in common with him.
"You're so smug."
I legitimately don't get this one. Like everyone who posts content on YouTube, I do have an ego. But I don't fancy myself some brilliant intellectual heavyweight who is better than everyone else. I'm the sort of guy who will go into a live stream wearing pajama pants and drinking Coors Light, and then proceed to get into fights with the chat when I've had a few too many. Those are not the sort of things that brilliant intellectuals do. I'm guessing this might have something to do with the fact that I read my videos off a script. I wish I could do the whole thing extemporaneously, but I like to write my arguments ahead of time because I think that makes them better. I wish I sounded more natural when reading out loud too, but I guess that's not the case. Hopefully this will improve in time. In fact, I'm so not smug, sometimes I get accused of taking on trivial subjects.
Why don't you talk about this thing that I think is more important?
Sometimes people ask me to take on a certain subject, or they tell me they would love to hear my thoughts on a given topic. I'm flattered when people make those requests. That's not what I'm referring to here. No, I'm talking about the dude who will say, you made a video about X, but Y is obviously more important, so why aren't you talking about that? These people fundamentally misunderstand why I do this. To be fair, I never really explained why I make videos. I don't do this for the money, which works out well because I don't make a whole lot on here. I also don't make them in an attempt to persuade people, nor do I make them because I think they're important. I make videos about things I feel compelled to talk about. That's it. Sometimes these things are important, other times they're not. It's entirely incidental either way. The fact that I've made some money or persuaded some people to see things a different way is pretty cool, but that's not my motivation. This goes along with another criticism I get.
All you do is complain. Don't you have any solutions?
I'm not here to solve problems or save the world. I'm not opposed to talking about solutions. There just happens to be way more bad ideas in the world out there than good ideas. And for whatever reason, I feel compelled to talk about the former. This doesn't mean that I have some bleak worldview. Quite the opposite. A huge reason why I'm a libertarian is because I believe that knowledge to solve our problems is diffuse. And one of the best approaches to problem solving is enable people to live as freely as possible. I don't claim to know what's best for other people. But that's another discussion for another day. It's an unpopular position, I'll grant you, but I don't do this to be popular. And that's worked very well, according to my haters.
You're not popular.
This one is 100% true by any measure. Some of the people who point this out just do it to be assholes. So, whatever, who cares about them? My favorite, though, is when it takes the form of an appeal to popularity. Like this comments, I'm looking at you Bernie supporters. Ah, I see your grift. No wonder you have so little view. This is incestuous shit. I'm quite sure with the dead brain comments here, I'm assuming he's referring to himself, you feel pretty cozy in this weird echo chamber. If you're really caring about the leftist agenda, why would you focus so much time on bashing on leftists who don't have any power? So there you have it. I'm a money-grubbing grifter, but apparently I'm really bad at it. Anyone with two brain cells to rub together, which this guy clearly does not have, knows that an appeal to popularity is a fallacy. One's popularity has nothing to do with the merits of their ideas. My absolute favorite is when I call people on this, and then they try and weasel their way out of it with some hand-waving about how, sure, being popular doesn't mean you're right, but in this case it kind of sort of does. No, dummy, it's not an appeal to popularity like some syllogistic argument or logical fallacy. Your thought process is too linear. My point is that their content, he's referring to Tim Pool and The Quartering, must be pretty decent for them to have acquired 1 million subscribers. I'm pretty sure that this is the definition of an appeal to popularity, if I'm not mistaken. What's your excuse? You outright disparage those subs as idiots. I didn't do that actually, but obviously some are, such as this dude, while being so dense as to not realize you have folks listening to your channel and also theirs. In other words, you're calling them idiots while being one yourself. The paradox is amusing. I don't know what the paradox is there, but whatever. By extension, perhaps your subs are on the other side of the bell curve. Elite geniuses. To use your own words, guess we'll never know. But keep telling yourself that, if that helps massage your ego. I just can't stop laughing at the fact that you take a crap on those creators and channels while being a loser with less than 10k. Let that hit you. Well, joke's on him because now I'm at 11k. Ha! So here's the thing. There's no virtue in being unpopular, and having a large audience doesn't mean that you're compromised in some way. There are a ton of reasons why my channel isn't popular. And most of them have to do with me, my infrequent upload schedule probably being the big one. That said, I think that my channel would be larger if I chose to specifically appeal to a certain set of sensibilities. We'll never know though, because I'll never do that. And finally, I want to close with this one, my very favorite hate comment. When I respond to one of my haters, especially when I do so vituperatively, a lot of the time they'll come back at me with a,
"Did I trigger you?" Heh 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 heh.
No, you didn't trigger me. I think you're a moron, and I'm rude to people who I think are stupid. If I said that no comment ever got to me, I'd be lying. You have to have some thick skin to do this, and I do. But every so often, for whatever reason, one strikes a nerve. That's the exception that proves the rule, though. 99% of the time, I couldn't care less about what the haters think. It's adorable that anonymous randos think that their comments ruin my day or that they put me down in some capacity. Also, every so often, someone will say that I deleted their comment, usually with the implication that I did so because I couldn't handle it. I don't delete disparaging or critical comments. I would only delete if someone doxed or if it's obvious spam. A cursory glance at my comment section of any of my videos will reveal this. YouTube will randomly delete comments or or catch them in the spam filter even when they don't belong. Ask any YouTuber, it happens to literally every channel. Speaking of other YouTubers, as much as I bash some of them, I must say that I have a certain kind of respect for them. Even the ones I disagree with, even the ones I go after, even the ones who I think are liars, even the ones who I think are grifters, I have a sort of admiration for. There's something to be said about a willingness to jump into the fray. Having done it myself, I know what comes with that, and I admire those who are willing to do it. I have a level of respect for them that I will never have for the haters. And that's true for all the content creators, large and small. It's one thing to throw stones from the sidelines. It's another to actually put yourself out there. I'll leave you with this. It's a portion of Teddy Roosevelt's famous Citizenship in a Republic speech. It summarizes my thoughts better than I ever could.
It is not the critic who counts, not the man who points out how the strong man stumbles, or where the doer of deeds could have done them better. The credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust, sweat, blood, who strives valiantly, who errs, who comes short again and again, because there is no effort without error and shortcoming. But who does actually strive to do the deeds? Who knows great enthusiasms, the great devotions? Who spends himself in a worthy cause? Who at the best knows, in the end, the triumph of high achievement? And who, at the worst, if he fails, at least fails while daring greatly, so that his place shall never be with those cold and timid souls who neither know victory nor defeat.